Okay, hi YouTube. So, as you might have heard, Apple has recently decided to switch its processing platform to ARM instead of x86 chipset. It is kind of similar to what they did with PowerPCs few years ago, where they switched from their own custom silicon called PowerPC to Intel. So, what does it mean for consumers like us? So, basically, what are the advantages of ARM over Intel or anything? See, as you might know, our Raspberry Pi runs on ARM chipset, and even our mobiles, they all run on ARM chipset. The benefit of ARM is that it provides great processing power with minimum heat generation. It's a pretty efficient processor and it's pretty small. But the major disadvantage is you won't be able to multitask. It's not good for professional users and such. For an average user who just uses his device, for web browsing or media streaming, ARM devices are great. But another problem with ARM is the support. See, with Intel, everything is supported because it has been running for a while now. But with ARM, the support is not that great so far. But Apple has used a built in emulator to overcome this called Rosetta 2. But even with an emulator, I don't think so the support will be great initially. See, Microsoft has been trying this for a few years now, but it has failed. The performance is not that great, and you can't see many ARM laptops out there. But with Apple, it's different. At least they have been pushing for ARM support for a while now. With iOS apps running natively on Mac OS, it's been great. And what about the Hackintosh community? See, as you can see here, Big Sur is already running. People have modified their PCs to run Big Sur, and Apple has promised minimum of 2 years support for Hackintosh. Oh, sorry, minimum of 2 years support to run their native x86 Mac OS. But ultimately, I think so. Apple will move, with ARM chipsets. The another advantage is Apple can custom design their own hardware, like iPhones. See, another main reason that Apple switched to ARM was they were getting some problems from Intel. The performance was not that great generation over generation, and we can see here AMD is outperforming Intel recently. So yeah, I think so. ARMs are great. ARM chipsets are great, but it highly depends on Apple how they are able to support this. And as far as I know, ARM chipsets will not be able to run Windows on Mac currently. There's no bootcamp support and there's no virtualization support. And what about the Hackintosh community? I don't know. Maybe that's why Apple wasn't that much focused on Hackintosh community, because they decided to release an ARM chipset ultimately. And with Raspberry Pi, I don't think so. Raspberry Pi will be able to run Mac anytime soon. Even though it's ARM, but it's very weak processor. And what about iPads? Again, iPads won't be able to run this Mac OS anytime soon, as Apple, has a tight security on its bootloader. And recently, the Checkmate exploit was able to, open a bootloader till iPhone X. People have been running Android on, iPhone 7. So yeah, but overall, I think there will be a better app support for iPads and everything, because developers will start moving over from their, you know x86 processors to ARM, because Apple is a big player and there are a lot of people using Mac OS out there, and companies don't want to miss out that revenue. So, write your thoughts down there. What do you think is the ultimate outcome? Will ARM succeed or will it fail? Personally, I think Apple will be able to implement it in a pretty great way, just like they did with 3.5 jacks. They removed it and suddenly every manufacturer was removing them. And I think that ARM transition will work the same way. Apple has shifted to ARM from x86 processors, and every other company will start moving. Windows will be forced to support ARM. Developers will ultimately switch to ARM along with users. Of course, x86 processors are there for a specific user case, and I still think professional users might not move away from x86 processors for another 10 to 15 years. But yeah, as a general consumer, I think ARM is the ultimate choice and it will ultimately win. Okay, guys, thanks for watching my video. Have a great day.